I just wanted to talk a little bit about inflammatory foods. Now, if you do have an autoimmune disease, food sensitivities, leaky gut, GI issues, anything like that, it really is important to take out the biggest inflammatory causing foods. There's a big three: gluten, dairy, sugar. Of course, it's really important to watch out for preservatives and chemicals that are in processed foods, food color dyes, things like that. It really, if you can do organic, do as much organic as you possibly can. I know it's hard to do everything organic, but really, gluten is a big inflammatory causing food. You could have a food sensitivity to it, or some people are allergic to it, but gluten in itself, no matter if you have a sensitivity or not, is really hard for the body to break down. So if you're having GI issues, autoimmune issues, it could be causing that much more havoc on your body, on your system. Um, Most people have, if we're living in America, we have this normal sad American diet, um, and we have 80% bad bacteria and yeast overgrowth and things happening in our body, and maybe 20% good bacteria, where it should be the other way around. We should have 80% good bacteria and 20% bad. But really get out those inflammatory causing foods. Taking things like probiotics can help kill off the bad bacteria and promote healthy bacteria. But getting out those big inflammatory causing foods can help a ton to cut down on inflammation and GI issues and brain fog and all these different symptoms. Sugar is another big one. Because the yeast overgrowth and bacteria feeds on sugar. The more sugar we have, the more we want it, the more our bodies crave it, because it's feeding on that and feeding the bad bacteria. So getting out all types of sugars, the bad sugars. Even some people have to give up fruit for a while because they have so much bad yeast in their body. But really cutting out sugars, the brown sugars, white sugars, even turbinado sugars. Organic cane sugar is still sugar. And organic, all these organic foods still can have sugar in them. So really get used to reading food labels, watching for added sugars. You especially want to stay away from the artificial sweeteners, sucralose and Splenda and aspartame, really, really bad for your body and your gut, especially if you're having issues. Dairy is another thing that causes inflammation. It can bring on allergy symptoms, runny nose, headaches, gut problems, stomach pains, skin problems, eczema and stuff like that. It can also cause behavioral problems in children and mood disorders, lots of things. So these things are really important for kids as well, to cut down on inflammation, especially kids with behavioral problems, academic issues, ADD or autism. Cutting out bad inflammatory causing foods is really important, because the brain and the gut cannot make a good connection. There could be an imbalance in the brain where it's not able to moderate, or what's the word I'm trying to think of? It's not able to control the gut if there's an imbalance in the brain. So the brain might not be able to control the gut, and the brain are totally off. There really is a connection with the brain and the gut. Our stomach is considered our second brain. So really what we put into our bodies has every effect on how our body's going to function. So if you have tons of inflammation and bad gut yeast going on, your body's not going to function very good. So get out those inflammatory causing foods, the gluten, dairy, and the sugar especially, and you're going to see a ton of improvement. Now, some people give up grains altogether, and I did do that for a time with paleo and different things I had to follow. I was able to do buckwheat and quinoa, but it really is hard if you cut out all grains. It's hard to get back to eating grains. It's really a transition. It causes all sorts of bloating and things. You could be, if you have leaky gut, grains can still be hard on your body. But if you don't have to cut out all grains, just cut out the gluten-filled grains. Stick to naturally gluten-free grains like oats, rice, quinoa. It's best to find those kinds that do say gluten-free on them because of cross-contamination. All types of grains can be easily cross-contaminated with one another, so it is safe if it does say gluten-free on it. But oats and rice, quinoa, buckwheat, those are naturally gluten-free grains if you want to still be gluten-free. All these gluten-free products we have really aren't that great because they still have a ton of sugar, ton of preservatives and other chemicals and added things. So just because it says gluten-free doesn't mean it's necessarily safe or good for your body. It really is best to get back to the basics, get back to whole, nutrient-dense foods. Keeping it simple and making things yourself is always much, much better for you. Anyway, I hope this helped a little bit. I know most of you do know this information, but it's helpful to review things and learn from others as well. So I'm looking forward to learning from you and hopefully sharing new and good things with everyone, and really helping each other with our diet and healing our body with food. It really is what it's all about. You can do amazing things with healing your body with eating the right foods and taking the right supplements, natural whole food supplements that really help, like probiotics, vitamin D, a good multivitamin, really, what else? Omegas and things like that can really help. I also started getting into like kefir water and natural yeast starter to make my own bread. It's a process and I'm still learning, but I'll share a video about that soon as well. Anyway, let me know if you have certain questions or you want to learn about something specific, and have a great day. Thanks for being here. Bye.